So fantastic. So today is specifically on money blocks. And I think all of you guys, actually, Alessandra is an EFT practitioner as well. So I know you know how to do this. Mel, I know you've done this with me. Dave, Gemma, have you done this with, do you know how to EFT? I will, no. Okay, great.
I saw you do it, but I've never done it with you.
Fantastic. Okay.
Yeah.
So I will, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to put in the chat box a short questionnaire of 10, it's not really a questionnaire, it's a list of 10 statements which all relate to potentially, which could be some beliefs you have around money. Now, with EFT, one of there are different ways to tap. We can tell a story, we can run it like a movie, we can tap on specific emotion, on even the specific physical pain. There are many ways to do that. One of the simplest ways to let go of a limiting belief, and when it comes to money, it's all about limiting beliefs. Well, almost all. It could be a traumatic experience, but more often than not, it comes down to limiting belief. So I will send you this list, and I would like you all to put maybe on your computer or on your phone to just put the number of the question and then the emotional charge of each statement. So you see numbers from 0 to 10. Let me send it right now. Doesn't want to send. Come on. There it is. Okay. I know Mel and Dave, I think you've done this before in the last session, but that's okay. Things change. So it'll be interesting to see what you have right now. And I'm really glad that we have a small group today. And we can work through everyone. So if we have about 90 minutes. So we have 4, so about 15 minutes per person, and then everybody else will tap along as we go through each person. So I'll first like you to look at the assessment. Let me know if you cannot download it, and quickly go through it and mark from 0 to 10 the emotional charge of each statement. And when we start tapping, we'll measure how it goes down. So we always start in tapping with a measurable, kind of with a metric, and that's one of the best things about tapping, because you start with, okay, let's say my belief that if I put myself out there, people will judge, criticize, or reject me. If it has an emotional charge of 6, let's say, then we can see how that goes down after tapping. So I'll give you just a couple of minutes to go through it, and I'll stop talking for a while. I'll also share it here in case you cannot see it. Oh. Just write down the number of the question, and the first number comes to your head. I don't want any thinking justification. Maybe this, maybe it's that. First number that comes to your mind, and just give you another minute. This is all coming from your subconscious mind. Alrighty, so Is everyone more or less done? Did you manage to read the questions?
Not. Dia,
Yeah. Yep.
from number 5, what do you mean by that?
People from my
People.
background do not make a lot of money. Sorry, typo.
Ah.
Do not make a lot of
So
money.
why even try 5? Okay, I got it. 5. Okay.
Okay. Okay. So can I start walking you guys through how EFT works? I know some of you know, some of you don't. Is it? I see you looking at the screen still. So
Okay.
okay, great. So EFT is one of the, in my opinion, most effective ways to deal with trauma, to deal with limiting beliefs, to deal with even physical pain, to deal with anything really. It's often said it works when nothing else does. Unlike hypnotherapy, we don't, we don't go back to the root cause. Not really. I mean, having said that, we might actually remember things that we have forgotten. So as we tap along, we kind of go into a little bit of a trance, which is essentially very similar to hypnosis. We go in trance every day, as we know, in many different situations, right? And the main thing with EFT is that we focus on our internal awareness, just like with hypnosis, and we tap into a negative emotion. Some people have asked me, when I repeat this negative emotion and while tapping, doesn't it actually get ingrained in me? Well, no, it's not like affirmations. In EFT, when we tap with a negative feeling, belief, whatever it is, we actually get rid of it. We dissolve the energy that holds us back. The idea is that we have meridians, we have biofields running through the body. And when we have a traumatic experience or even a negative belief, we have this energy stuck in the system, which doesn't allow the natural flow of energy, which literally holds us back from doing something. Okay, so the idea is to dissolve this energy blockage in the system and to be able to move forward. I've personally experienced miracles both with my clients and with myself, and I think this is by far the combination of simplest and most effective way to get rid of limiting beliefs. Because you don't need to know exactly, especially when it comes to money, you don't know exactly where they came from. You don't need to go to a scene or 3 scenes or 5 scenes. There's a belief is a belief. You probably heard it over and over and over again because of your upbringing, because of your culture, society, whatever it may be. And it just, you have that belief. So we need to get rid of it to move forward. Dave here says it works much more quickly than RTT. Absolutely. I agree with that 100%. It's quicker and it's more thorough. It's more thorough, especially if you as a practitioner, either doing it with others, doing EFT with others or on yourself, are very thorough in the explanation. So what does that mean? What does thorough really mean? So I like to start with a single statement. Let's say on the topic of money, we will start with a single statement. And then as we tap, we may come up with another kind of memory, belief, or statement that we want to tap on later on. Now, again, there are several ways to do tapping. You can tell a story, there are movie techniques. Dave probably can tell you more techniques because he studied with someone else. Everybody comes up with something. The simplest way I know by far is the most measurable way is to do one statement at a time. So this is why I put down the 10 statements. And as I start with one of you guys, I'll ask you to pick one of those 10 statements which has a strong we call it emotional charge for you, or maybe there's something else that's okay. It doesn't have to be one of the 10, but something that has a really emotional strong charge for you in the area of money right now. Okay, and then we'll tap on that, and then we may go into something else. So whenever you do tapping on your own, or even right now, I encourage you to have something to write on. So when something comes up in your mind, either as a memory or a belief, or even a cognitive shift, you write it down. So then that's how you create more statements to tap on later. So if you do this, as you make this part of your daily practice, you can spend, say, 20 minutes each day, even 5 minutes each day, to tap on something that is kind of really bothering you right now. It's like, I always like to say, it's like brushing your teeth. You don't go to a dentist once a year. Something goes wrong, or twice a year, you brush your teeth every day. So it's like emotional hygiene. If you have something and you know what you need to tap on, because you know where the fear is, like, oh, I know I need to post 3 times a week, but it's like, oh, what if people think, what would people say? I don't feel like doing it. And you can even start with that. I don't feel like posting on social media 3 times a week. Very, very literal statement. It's exactly how you feel. And as you tap, you may realize other things that are underneath that. Make sense so far? Gemma? Yeah? Okay, great.
Yeah.
So how do we tap? We always start with we call psychological reversal. So we start with a setup statement, which is the idea behind that is that it removes the psychological reversal, or it allows the energy to flow in the right way. Should I explain that right correctly, Dave? Yeah. So that psychological reversal, which sometimes happens, is literally the cause of self-sabotage. So by stating that setup statement, we make sure we have the energy flowing in the right direction, and then we continue tapping on the statement itself. So let's do it together, just one round to see what the tapping points are. You start with the side of the hand to the karate chop. And the setup statement goes like this. Even though, let's pick one of these statements. Actually, let's show on the first person. Who wants to go first? Gemma, perfect. Okay, do you have a statement you'd like to work on from these or something else?
From the list is about the business that will fail. I don't know which number. I did not write it
The
down.
business that
If
will,
I set up a business, I'm afraid it will fail.
if I set up, okay, the statement was, I'm afraid that if I try to achieve my business goals, I will fail.
Should I write that down? Because what is it again? I'm
I'm
afraid if I
afraid,
set up my business goals, I will fail.
yeah. Or you can rephrase that slightly. So we can change that to something that resonates even better with you. I'm afraid that if I
That I will fail if I set up a business.
Okay. So I'm afraid that I will fail if I set
If
up a business. Say it
my
again.
business. I'm afraid that I will fail if I set up my business or start a business. I don't know. How
Okay.
specific do you want?
It's whatever resonates, because sometimes a single word resonates with us, changes the meaning, and also certain things may resonate with you more. With Mel, it could be a different statement. With Dave, so we all have different ways of expressing ourselves, right? So I would say, I'm afraid that if I try to set up a business, I will fail.
I would say I'm afraid that I will fail if I set up my business.
Okay. What's the emotional chart 0 to 10?
10.
Okay. Great. Let's tap it out. So first, let me show you how to do that. So we start with a setup statement. Even though I'm afraid, I'm going to change that to I feel afraid, because I don't want to use any identification phrases. I want to use I feel rather than I am. Okay, because you're not someone who's constantly afraid. I feel. So we're working on that feeling. I feel afraid that if I set up my business, that I will fail if
It's okay. You can do if I set up my business, I will fail. I'm fine with that.
Okay. If I set up my business, I will fail. So
That
even
makes more
though,
sense.
okay, so even though it's, you may,
Even though,
even though I feel afraid that if I set up my business, I will fail.
so even though if,
Or even
sorry.
though I'm afraid that if I set up my business, I will fail.
Even though if I'm afraid, oh my God, what did you say
Or,
again?
or even though I'm afraid I will fail. Let's try something else.
Even though I feel afraid,
Or I fear, shall we change that to I fear failure. I'm afraid I'll fail if I try to set up my business. Does that
Do we have
resonate?
to put even though?
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's start with
Okay.
even though I'm afraid I'll fail
Even though I'm afraid I'll fail
if I try to set up my business or if I set up my
if I
business,
try to set up my business,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Right. This is the traditional statement. Now, for some people, for you, it may be difficult to say, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. It's quite a deep expression of self-love. If that's the case, we can change that slightly. I believe in myself. I still appreciate myself.
I love the first one. I
Okay,
love and
perfect.
accept myself. Yeah.
Okay.
So I'll repeat the statement. Even though I'm afraid that I fail if I set up my business, I love and accept myself. Is that correct?
Yeah, I deeply and completely or I deeply and unconditionally love and accept myself.
Deeply
Let's
and
do it one more
unconditionally.
time. We do it 3 times, the setup. So let's do it one more time.
Even though I'm afraid that I will fail if I set up my business, I forgot what to say. I I deeply love and accept myself.
Perfect. Yeah, you can change this.
Even though I'm afraid that I will fail if I set up my business, I love and accept myself deeply,
Deeply
and
and
unconditionally.
Perfect. Perfect. That's exactly right. So we say the setup statement 3 times. And then we start tapping. So you guys know how to tap. So you can start tapping with us already. And I want you to focus on your thing. So when we tap in a group, we call this borrowed benefits. We all tap along and we all benefit by tapping together with the person who I'm working with. However, you focus on your own thing. Okay. Do you have a statement you want to focus on? Mel, yeah, great. Dave, Alessandra is nodding. Perfect. Mel, Dave, great, perfect. So focus on your thing, and then we'll keep tapping with Gemma. Okay.
So do we have to say it loudly or we have to mute?
Yes. So guys, Alessandra, Mel, Dave, you can go on mute for now, and Gemma, say it out loud with me. I can just start, and then you can repeat it. So at each point, we'll say it 1 time. Let's go through the points. So we do this 3 times. Okay. So even though, let's do it one more time.
Okay. Even though I'm afraid to set up my business, I deeply love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid that I will fail when I set up my business, I deeply love and accept myself.
Okay, perfect.
Even though I'm afraid, 3 times, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Even though I'm afraid that I might fail if I set up my business, I deeply love and accept myself.
Okay, perfect. And then we go, we forget for now for the even though and I deeply love and completely love and deeply and completely love and accept myself. We just focus on the statement. I'm afraid I will fail if I try to set up my business. And we say it once at each point. The points are here, just the base of the eyebrow, side of the eye.
Right or left?
Doesn't
Okay,
matter.
right,
Doesn't matter. You can do 2 hands, 1 hand, which side, change. If your hand gets tired, it doesn't matter. So start here. I'm afraid I'll fail if I set up my business.
I'm afraid I'll fail if I set up my business.
The side of the eye, the temple, right here. I'm afraid I'll fail if I set up. You can remove your glasses.
I'm afraid I'll fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Perfect. Under the nose.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the lip. Here in the...
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Perfect. Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Perfect. Under the arm where the bra strap is.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand again.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
And liver point, just under here.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
And then we have the crown and the heart together.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
And let's do 2 more rounds. Eyebrow, back to the eyebrow.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business. Sorry.
It's okay. Doesn't matter if you
Yeah. and then I will do here.
Like you
I'm
can go
afraid
to. Okay.
I did here, so I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
You can go to the chin. That's fine. Doesn't matter.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Right. Let's do one more round.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Chin.
And I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
So let's take a deep breath. Okay. I want to show you actually a few more points, which we don't often use, but when the emotion, especially the emotion is something of grief and loss, they can be quite useful. So there's a point here on the side of the thumb, right here. So again, with 2 fingers, we tap here, and again, the same thing. We repeat the sentence.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Then here, which side of
I'm
the
afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
middle
I'm
finger?
afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Thinking.
I'm
We skip
afraid
the
I
ring.
will fail if I set up my business.
Yeah.
You skip this finger.
Skip the ring finger, yeah.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up
There'd be
my
no
business.
point there. Yes. Okay. How do you feel? What did you experience while tapping? Any thoughts, images that came to you?
No images, no thought. It doesn't feel as daunting. So the intensity is still high, but not 10.
What is so when you measure the intensity, and Dave here is giving me a prompt to tell about the SUDs. Well, the SUDs, so the SUDs are exactly this, the 0 to 10. So we have at least what I've learned is that we have a validity, which I forgot I think it's VOC something, which is the truth, 0 to 10. And then we have the emotional charge, which is what I asked for in the beginning, 0 to 10. Is that what you mean, Dave? Yeah. So the SUD stands for Subjective Unit of Distress Scale. I just call it emotional charge because it's simpler, but essentially it measures how emotional, what emotional charge that this statement carries for you. So this is what I ask you to evaluate for each statement. You could go in terms of belief, in terms of how true do you think that is, and in terms of how emotional that is. I think in this case, because we're talking about a feeling, it's more relevant to talk about an emotional charge. Is it, my good Dave? Is there anything else you want to share? Okay, great. So Gemma, what is the charge now, 0 to 10? And the first number that comes to your mind, we often start justifying,
9.
but it can't be 9. Okay.
9.
Okay, so let's do a few more rounds. Anything else that you're feeling somewhere in your body?
No, in the second round, I think on the first one, I just want to make sure I remember all
Okay,
what to
so
say.
maybe you're still
So
more.
now I know what to say. Yeah, it's more mental. So now
Yeah.
I will see if I have more feelings connected to it.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. And closing your eyes is definitely, I think, advisable because it's easier to go into your own self-awareness, into your own internal state. Exactly like
I think I'm not familiar with the point, so I'm trying to watch you. Where is it again?
that is
So
a good,
just last reminder so I can close my eyes. So it's here. It's here.
yeah.
It's here. And then what's next? It's here. It's here. And then collarbone.
Under the collarbone, so under.
Under, okay. And then
In the
the
soft bit
armpit.
right here. Yeah, and then the
Under the
breast.
collarbone, yeah. And then this one, the liver point.
Yeah, if you skip a point,
this one.
yeah,
This one, then liver, and then this one.
heart and crown, exactly that. If you want, I can say the point. So if you close your eyes, I can just say the next point and then you repeat the statement, if you like. So then you don't have to think about the point. You can just hear me say side of the eye, under the eye, nose, or under the nose, chin, and so on. Okay, and if you skip a point, it doesn't matter. If you stop at a different point, it doesn't matter. It's actually, it's absolutely not necessary to go through all the points. And sometimes I feel like stopping on a certain point. It's not something I learned in training, but I personally find that I get stuck on a certain point, which makes sense because each point is related to an emotion. This is fear, actually. This is the emotion of fear. This is general emotional regulation, and so on. So this is the anger or rage, Alessandra. I think the liver point is anger and rage is here. So okay, let's continue, but don't worry about that. So that's why we go through all of them, so we don't have to think about, is it fear, is it rage, what am I feeling? It all gets cleared. Okay, right. So let's continue with the eye. We already done the setup statement, so we can just continue.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye, you can remove your glass if you want.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the chin.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
The eyebrow.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Chin.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
The liver point.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Liver, eyebrow.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
And
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business. I'm afraid I will fail if I set up my business.
And let's pause there for a second. What is happening for you, Gemma?
I don't feel anything.
Okay, you may open your eyes for a second. Is there anything that came up as a feeling or memory? You say you don't feel anything.
No memory. I just feel a little bit, a little tightness on my, how do you call this here? Solar plexus.
Solar plexus.
Just a little like tingling,
Mm-hmm.
tightening, tingling. Yeah,
Is that a pleasant sensation or a negative sensation?
it's not pleasant. It's uncomfortable
Uncomfortable. Okay.
because this is always when I'm stressed. This is where I feel it.
Okay. If I say I'm stressed because, if you say I'm stressed because, I feel stressed right now because, how would you complete that sentence?
I'm not stressed.
Okay. I have this uncomfortable feeling in my solar plexus because.
I don't know.
Okay. Okay. What is the statement now? I'm afraid if I set up my business, I will fail. What is the charge 0 to 10?
Still 9.
Still 9. Okay.
The fear is still there.
Okay. So it hasn't shifted. Did you feel any shift during the tapping? No. Okay.
It seems like I'm repeating on what I'm saying. I'm just repeating all I'm saying. I don't know.
Okay.
So I haven't really felt any change. I'm just repeating the statement.
Okay. Did you feel
But it feels good to acknowledge it. That one I know. It feels good to say it and acknowledge it.
mm-hmm.
Like I've come to peace with it, but it's still there.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And the emotional charge is still 9. Okay. Um, if we just take out the feeling and we just say the statement, if I try to set up my business, I will fail as a statement. How true do you think that is 0 to 10? How true does that feel right now?
I don't know why, but I always go back to the feeling of fear.
Mm-hmm.
But as a statement, like a general statement not coming from me, what do you mean?
How true do you think that is?
I know it's not true because I haven't done it yet. It's just this fear of failure.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's not true because I haven't started, I haven't done it, so how will I know that I will fail?
Mm-hmm. Okay. So how true do you think it is as a statement?
It's
Someone
not
told you
true.
it's not true. Okay.
I think, yeah, as a child, we always go back to our childhood. They
Mm-hmm.
always, like, they say that I will fail. Growing up, that's what they say, I will fail. So,
Who said that?
my relatives in particular, my
Okay.
family, yeah, family relatives.
Okay. Let me just write this down. If I tell you the statement, when I was growing up, my family always said I would, always told me I would fail. Does that resonate?
Yeah, it's like they don't have faith in me.
Mm-hmm. What's the charge on that? Did my family never had? My family don't have faith in me.
Let me say, how will I say this? They think I will not succeed because of my background, because my mom did not succeed. So they think I will also fail like my mom. So it
Mm-hmm.
was like I'm like a result of my mom not succeeding, I will be the same. So
Mm-hmm.
they always say, don't be like your mom, don't be like a failure. So that's ingrained in my mind, in my heart, in my brain. So growing up, I always think if I do something, I fail. So I did not take my board exam in accountancy because I'm too afraid to fail. I found excuses by being ill, so I will not sit on my exams.
Mm-hmm.
And they
Okay.
always say you have to change your faith. Don't be like your mom. So it's the pressure to prove that I am better is so big. So the
Mm-hmm.
fear of failure is as big as the pressure to succeed.
Right. Right. Okay. So if I were working in a one-to-one setting with you right now, Gemma, or in the future, I would go into those memories first because with the tapping, you may not have shifted much on the statement, but all these memories and kind of explanations are coming up. So I would go to tapping out the emotion that's related to your family, always telling you not, don't be like your mom, or telling you that you would fail. What's the
I think
emotional?
you're right there because that's really that's the root of my issues. So I
Yes.
think I agree with you. I'll go back to the root of where it's coming from.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and there may be other things as well that contribute to the fear, but it seems that this is one of the, at least one of the main things right there.
I always have two fears growing up. It's the abandonment, which I told you earlier,
Yeah.
and because of that, I'm afraid to fail.
Because of that. So tell me more about that.
Well, when you're abandoned, you always feel like you're alone. Nobody's there to support. Not abandoned, I will not say that.
Mhm.
But my, I don't want, anyway, my mom got pregnant very early. My dad, they were 19. She had me at 19, so he was not ready to take the responsibility. I was an accident. And it turned out I was a product of a rape. I did not know that until now that I'm grown up. So my mom left me with my grandparents because she's not ready. She wants to finish her university.
Mhm.
And so my grandmother looked after me well, but I always felt alone. Nobody is looking after me, nobody is there for me. But I am fed. I have a roof. They there was no physical, like affection and something like that. But I know I'm loved because they look after me with the rest of my uncles and aunties.
Mhm.
So I always felt, what did I do wrong? Why
Yeah.
I'm left on my own? Why my mom doesn't want me? And then growing up, they always say, don't make the same mistake as your mom because, don't be a failure like your mom. You have to succeed. That's the only way you can make a name for yourself. That's the only way you can redeem your name by being successful. So they're always very, very supportive with my studies because they see as my success in studying as my way out. So they're always like, study hard, be somebody. You don't want to be poor like us.
Yeah.
So, yeah, so the pressure of really succeeding and getting out of that negative mold, was so high that I'm afraid to fail because I
Mm.
fail my grandparents and my relatives are always
Yeah.
nah, nah, nah. So
Yeah.
it's yeah.
So you see, all of this, don't do this and don't do that, is actually absolutely destructive. And I think when we spoke earlier, you and I, that there's still something missing. I believe that's exactly that for you. That's a way motivation that you still have. I don't want to be left alone, so I'm going to do X, Y, Z. I don't want to fail, so I'm going to do X, Y, Z. Instead of saying, I want to have a great relationship and I'm doing this, or I want to succeed, so I'm doing this. Yeah. So we have to
Yeah,
change that.
it seems like I'm very negative and I don't like that and I really want to get out of it,
Yeah.
but it's not as easy, we always go to hypnosis, but still it's not as easy as we think it is.
It's, yeah. See,
But
everybody else
yeah,
is agreeing. So first step is to accept it. We've all been there. I
yeah,
mean, until recently, I also had this away. That's why I say it in this way, because I spent many, many years, I would say even until recently, having this away motivation as well. Oh, I don't want to be poor. And even in my business, oh God, money's running out. I need to make some more money. And then money's here. Okay, I'm fine. Instead of saying, I want to make consistent income. I want to be happy and da da da. Until quite recently, actually. Or in a relationship, oh, I don't want to be alone, I should get someone.
yeah.
Right, so this is
The thing
what.
is, I say that to myself,
Okay.
but deep inside, it's still there. So I say, I love myself. I'm loved. I'm abundant. I say that all the time.
Dave
But deep
here,
inside, it's still there. It's like there's still this fear.
yeah, Dave here is an expert on people who do the spiritual work, the affirmations, the meditation, but there's always something there. He has a workshop today at, I think, 11 p.m. your time, 12 a.m. UK time. So if you're awake, you can join him. So I want to move on because to give a chance, everyone equal chance to participate.
Thank
But
you.
I would say I believe in EFT. It's not for everyone, but I do think it can help you in your journey. And I've done so many different modalities, so many different things, not just as a practitioner, but also on myself, because there's always something more. You can't say, oh, well, I did a hypnotherapy session. Why am I not fixed it? Where is the fixture? Where? No, we just keep going and going and going. And there's always, not always, but I believe you heal and you reach a level where you can continue. And then there's something else that shows you this is what you need to heal. So you continue to heal. So yeah. So Gemma, when I go on to now to someone else, I would like you to maybe focus on, if you like, on the family thing. So how long does how what's the emotional charge in this? My family always said I would fail.
And what's the other statement? I know I said I have two
My
statements, but
family always said I would fail. My family said don't be. I don't want to make it in the negative. Um,
yeah. Yeah.
write it down actually. I think it was they never believed in me or something like this. So
There's so many statements that it's difficult to pick which it's not difficult. I have to
let's just pick
decide.
one. Yeah, let's just.
Yeah, yeah.
My family always said, oh, my family didn't have faith in me was the other one. I couldn't read my handwriting there. My family didn't have faith in me. What's
No,
the
I
charge?
think the fail one is stronger.
My
It
family
resonates
always
with
said
me
I would
better.
fail. What's the charge on that?
10.
How
Okay.
about the one about your mum? You said that a few times. Your family said, don't be like your mum.
That's also quite strong, Mel.
You repeated it quite.
I think that's even yeah. I think you thank you, Mel, but I think that's even stronger. So if I have to choose between the two, that being my mom is actually, now you said it, Mel, yes, that's the one that's really the strongest.
So how would you say it? I'm trying not to be like my mom.
I don't want to be like my
I
I don't
don't
know. I
want to
don't
be
want to
like
be
my
like
mom.
my mom.
Perfect. What is the
But
charge?
now I see my mom differently, so now that has changed. But anyway, the charge is 10. Yeah.
Okay. And I think, again, this is when we say, I don't want to be like my parent, we become not like them, but we, again, is this away motivation. So, okay, so focus on that as we tap along, tap.
You know, it's fun. It changes because now I know the story. I feel sorry for my mom. It's not her fault. So I don't know why I'm saying I don't want to be my mom, because it's not her fault too.
It's not
It's
her
more
fault.
that
She's
that's
all,
what they said to you
Yeah,
throughout your life. They said, don't be like your mum, don't be like your mum. And that's what's imprinted on you.
yeah, that's the imprint.
okay.
So you, and
Okay.
actually that's a great point. So that is the imprint. And also you probably already saw her, you felt abandoned by her. And then they said, don't be like her. So it's again, it's a double emotion
Okay.
there involved.
Yeah, I
Okay,
feel
so
right with that. I feel good with that. Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just a starting point.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so tap on that. Who wants to go next? Thank you, Gemma.
Thank
You
you.
did great. Who wants to go next? Mel? Okay, great. What statement resonated with you from this list, or perhaps something else?
I'm going to go with a very short one because my attention span is very tiny. So I'm going to go with, I'm afraid I won't make it.
As long as you, so can everyone else just mute themselves for now? Do you know what it means? As long as you know.
Oh, sorry, I'm referring to making it in business, but I'm keeping it short. In my head, it means
I know, but because
that I'm not going to make
it's
it
in business.
doing this business for me. But I'm not going to say that whole sentence because it's
Okay.
too big, too clumsy. Whereas I can easily say, I'm afraid I won't make it.
What's the charge of that? 0 to 10.
Yeah, it's high. I'm going to say 9.
Okay. Okay, so let's start with the setup. Even though, just one thing here, Dave says we have had a lot of negativity in our childhood, it takes a long time to erase. Yeah, it takes time to flip it into positive thinking, absolutely. So be easy on yourselves always. Okay, even though, let's begin. Even though I'm afraid I won't make it, I deeply and
Even
completely,
though I'm afraid I won't make it,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway.
deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And one,
Even though I'm afraid I won't make it, I'm deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I'm afraid I won't make it, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
and take to the eyebrow.
Even though I'm afraid I won't make it, I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Side of the eye. Just, I'm afraid I
Even though
won't.
I'm afraid I won't make
You
it.
can shorten it to just a statement. I'm afraid I won't. Done the setup now.
Even though I'm afraid I won't make it.
So just the statement, I'm afraid I won't make it.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Perfect.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin,
I'm afraid I won't make it.
under the collarbone.
afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
And liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm
Under the
afraid I won't make it.
collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I won't make it.
Under the liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm. Oh, yeah, that's
I'm
okay.
afraid I won't make it. I'm afraid I won't make it. I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
Afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
Afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
Afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm. No, sorry. Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
Afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Let's take a pause there. Yeah, so we're going to complete this round. What's happening for you, Mel? What do you feel and what was going on for you during tapping?
I think my head's emptying, actually. It feels like my head's so I guess I'm feeling calmer is basically what I'm trying to say. I'm feeling more chill because my head's very which is nice, actually. It's soothed would be a good word. It's very soothing.
Okay. What's the emotional charge now, 0 to 10 on the statement? If you say it out loud, please, and then tell me what's the charge. I'm afraid I won't make it.
Afraid I won't make it. Afraid I won't make it.
First number that comes to you.
I don't really believe it.
Say again?
I'm just thinking I don't really believe it, so it's much lower. I'm going to say something like a 4.
You don't really believe it. Okay. So this is one thing that happens often. Sometimes, and that's the perfect scenario, the whole statement stops to make sense. You think, oh, so, and we can have a cognitive shift and actually think, oh, well, you know, I haven't even tried, or how could I, whatever it may be. So if you don't believe it, that is great, but there's still something there. That's why it's coming up as a 4. So we can continue on that one, unless you feel there's something else that is there. Is there any thoughts, images, memories that came up during tapping?
No, actually, I think as I was going around, it made my mind clear. It cleared it out. It kind of, I'm going to say, it emptied whatever was in my head. I think I was so focused on what I was doing, it emptied what else I was, you know, whatever else was going on. It cleared it out. Yeah.
That makes perfect sense to me. And, you know, we say that lack of clarity is just blocks that you have inside. So it makes sense that when you remove something, it feels, your head feels clearer. And you often start seeing, if you're not already seeing, things that you can do differently, ideas of what you can do. So this is very often an effect of clearing things out with EFT. You just start seeing things that you haven't seen before, like with any other therapy. But just like Dave said earlier, EFT is very quick, very effective. Okay, so shall we continue tapping on this one together?
Yeah, I think I'll stick with it being as it's a 4. And it's kind of like a nice umbrella term for me, in as much as it encompasses everything that I'm doing at the moment. Yeah. So it's kind of, it's good for what I'm trying to do. Perfect, fantastic. And I think from 9 to 4, that's great in just a few minutes. So you've already tapped in, zeroed in on it. That's amazing. Okay, just before we continue, I want to check in with everyone. Are you borrowing benefits? Are you tapping along with your own statements? Yeah, with your own statements. Jem, are you focusing on your childhood? Yeah, Dave, you have something to focus on as well? Something else, something money, and Alessandra as well. Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's keep tapping, Mel. So we've done the setup. We can just continue with the eyebrow. I'm afraid I won't make it. Afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand. Oh, sorry, side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Collarbone. Under
I'm
collarbone.
afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Collarbone.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the arm.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the hand.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Eyebrow.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Side of the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the eye.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the nose.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Chin.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Under the collarbone, yeah.
I won't make it.
Under the eye. Under the arm, sorry. And then hand, yeah.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Liver point.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
Heart and crown.
I'm afraid I won't make it.
And let's check in there and see how that's going. What's the emotional charge now, 0 to 10?
It's just making me feel really, really relaxed. I'm just feeling really, yeah. afraid I won't make it. It's not giving me anything as in my head at all. My head's just
relaxed. Perfect.
in fact, I think I'm lulling myself into this empty head. I'm just kind of like, "Ooh."
Yeah.
I think I'm so focused thinking what I'm doing that it's literally sucked out anything that was in my head.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So if you come out of the trance for a second, so just bring yourself back to the room. And if you say that statement out loud, actually, let's take it in a different way. I want you to imagine everything you have to do over the next days for your business. And I know you have a lot going on, website, courses, studies, setting this up and that up. And just imagine doing all these things. And then fast forward 6 months from now. Take yourself 6 months from now. I think that should be November, if I'm not wrong. What do you see? How do you feel?
Because I'm not being as visual as I usually am. I'm just having a general sense of well-being.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not actually seeing pictures like I usually would, if I was doing the whole perfect world kind of thing.
Yeah.
It's much more of just a general sense of
well-being.
Yeah. Feeling okay, feeling calm, feeling
perfect.
Yeah.
Fantastic. I think you've tapped into this kinesthetic feeling that you may not, if you're very visual, which also comes with a busy head, always ideas.
Well, I think that's what it is a bit strange actually, because my imagination is pretty good. I can usually bring something to mind reasonably well. And at the minute, it's just more of a case of, just a sense of calm and peace and well-being.
Perfect. That's very, very brilliant.
Kind of comforting, actually. It feels very mellow.
Yeah.
That's a good word. Very mellow.
Mellow. Beautiful. Well, that's how we want to be. Mellow is a great way to be.
Absolutely. Melly being mellow.
Maybe it's a new name for your business. So let's check that. I would like you to, did you write down any SUDs or any kind of emotional charts on any of the other questions today in the beginning when I asked you?
I looked down them, and the only one apart from the one that I chose of my own accord would be there might be something around that feeling of fear of rejection.
Okay.
I think when I'm doing my work, when I'm making my posts or thinking what goes on my website or doing a podcast or whatever, I want it to be well received. And the fear would be that it wouldn't be well received, it would be rejected.
So if I say I fear that what I put out there on social media, it will be rejected, or how would you phrase that? Whatever I put on social media, it may get rejected. What's the charge on that? Or let's just go with the original statement, which is, I'm afraid that if I really put myself and my business out there, people will reject me. Is yours 10?
It's in the region of a 7-8.
Okay, that's quite strong still. Okay, so that may be something. So well done on clearing out the I'm afraid I won't make it and getting this mellow state. I think for the next, well, I maybe go on to someone else you can tap on this. I feel that you can phrase it in the best way that resonates the most with you. And once again, it's quite important how you phrase it. On the other hand, as long as you're tapped into the feeling, that's what matters the most with EFT. In fact, let's do something. I would like to do something together, which is not from EFT. Dave is from Heart Math. And I think it's a brilliant thing to do just before any session, because it helps you to ground. And we want to be in this mellowed out state, just like Mel is. We want to know what she's having.
It's just very relaxing. I think it's because I'm focused so hard on what I'm doing.
Yeah. You've come back to your body.
Yeah.
Yeah. We say, actually, it's interesting concept I heard the other day, being in your head, thinking, focus, even meditation and visualization is a very think in your head. It's a very male energy. And we women, especially women, but I would say everyone, we need to reconnect with our bodies and actually be in that kinesthetic, mellowed out state more. Because if you think about it, and Gemma, again, I found it for myself. I heard that yesterday, and I thought that is really, really true. We focus so much on visualizing, on meditating, and visualizing what's coming next. And again, it's keeping us in our heads, which is the opposite of what we want very often. I mean, it's good for planning, this brain, but actually we have to reconnect with our bodies. That's the most important thing for most of us. Yeah, because we overthink things. So let's do the heart math exercise. And Dave, if you feel like I'm not doing it, if you want to correct me, because he's the expert, Dave is the expert of heart math, you can feel free to correct. So let's put your hands on our hearts first. Put our hands on our hearts and just visualize that the breath is coming in and out of your heart. And you may want to start breathing a little deeper, a little slower. You may want to count, take a breath in for 4 and out for 4. I don't need to count, just take a breath in. In, out. Just keep visualizing how the breath is flowing in and out of your heart. One more time, in. And out. One more time. And out. And now, as you continue breathing in this way, slowly and deeply, just think of something you really feel grateful for, something you really love doing. Could be out in nature, being out in nature, music, someone you have in your life. People usually tend to give us conflicting emotions, so pets are very good for this because they always have just positive energy. Nature, music. Just feel that gratitude, that joy, that thing or person brings to you. Continue to breathe deeply. Just one more time, take a deep breath in. Seeing that breath coming in and out of your heart. Breathe out. Great. Open your eyes gently whenever you feel ready. How was that? I want to say thank you, Dave. I'm very grateful to you for opening me up to this new technique. It's a whole course. It's yet another kind of modality approach, or what should we call it? It's brilliant for self-regulation, for soothing. Again, if you want to hear more about it, you're welcome to attend Dave's workshop tonight because he'll be talking about it as well. Okay, how did that feel? Was it relaxing? Yeah, good. Okay, so who wants to go? Thank you, Mel. Is there anything else you want to share for now?
No, I'm all good. Very chill, very relaxed. Very chill. And that last exercise just made me smile.
I could see that. You had this blissful smile. Amazing. When you feel the love and gratitude in your heart, it puts your heart and your mind in coherence, which opens up your intuition, your healing abilities. Exactly. Thank you, Dave. That was Very eloquent, much better than what I explained. So yes, I'll read once again. When you feel the love and gratitude in your heart, it puts your heart and your mind in coherence, which opens up your intuition and your healing abilities. And that's the thing. It's all about coherence, right? And we tend to be so disconnected because of past trauma. We disconnect the head from the body or the heart and the gut, which is the intuition, I would say. So the three brains, right? We need to bring all of that in coherence. And we do that through healing the past, through breathing, through all these different things that all help. Yeah, so that's yet another way to bring yourself into coherence and feel more connected with yourself, what we ultimately want. Okay, who wants to go next? We have Dave and Alessandra. Haven't had their turn. Who wants to go next?
Same.
Alessandra, you want to go next?
The
No?
same to me.
Okay. 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 Shall we work with you?
Okay.
If you don't mind, is that okay? Or
Yes.
I think it's okay. Okay, Alessandra, what would you like to, is there a statement from the 10 statements that
Yeah.
jumped out for you?
The statements who have highest intensity to me was two, and one was the same as Gemma's. So I worked on that, and the other was when I don't know all the technical tools to build a successful business.
Okay, what was the first one? The same as Gemma. I'm afraid that if I set up my business, I would
Yeah,
fail. Okay.
and I worked when you tapped with her, and
Oh, okay. So
and
what was the original charge and what's the charge now?
of the first sentence was 7, then 5, then 3.
753. Excellent. Okay.
And then 7, 8, the second sentence about tools. I don't have tools.
So I don't have, let me see exactly how it is. I don't know the technical, I don't have all the technical tools to build a successful business. Okay. What's the charge on that?
It's 7, 8 now. 7, 8.
7, 8. So you didn't tap on this, you tapped on the other one. Okay.
Mentally, with when you tapped with Mel, but I shared sentence in two parts, half and half, because it was too long to me to say each complete sentence of on each point.
I don't have, all right, because mouse is quite short to the point.
Yes,
Okay.
it was shorter, so I tried to.
Okay. Okay, so which one would you like to tap on? Shall we start with the one with a higher charge currently?
With the second, because with the first sentence I felt I just felt the shift.
Okay, so I don't have all the technical tools to set up my business. Is that the one? Perfect. And that's a 7, 8 currently. Okay, great. What is the business you want to set up?
I'd like to be a musician again. This is my dream, my desire, and I don't feel ever ready.
Okay. All right. All right. So that makes
sense. So I don't have technical tools resonates to me.
Okay, so technical tools is meaning that the marketing, I don't know, the site.
Yes,
like
yes,
okay.
Yes. I think I can play. I have experience in my subject, but don't have other tools, marketing.
Yeah,
Perfectly what you said.
how to set up your business. Okay. Okay, fantastic. So let's start tapping on that because yeah, that's a great way to start. So even though I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to set up my business,
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Build up, great. So sometimes the client will correct you, and that is perfect. I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Once again, even though I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business,
Even though I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And one more time, even though I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
All the technical tools to build up my business.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
And let's take it to the eyebrow, just the statement. I feel I don't have all the technical tools to build my business.
I feel I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the nose.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Chin.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the arm.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the hand.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Liver point.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Heart and crown.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Eyebrow.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the nose.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the lip.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the arm.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the hand.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the liver point.
And I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Heart and crown.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of eyebrow.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the eye.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the nose.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Chin.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the collarbone.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Under the arm.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Side of the hand.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Liver point.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Heart and crown.
I feel like I don't have all the technical tools to build up my business.
Okay, let's check in there. What is happening for you?
Two thoughts was fighting in my mind. One positive and one negative while I was tapping. And the positive was a good. I don't know how to say. Un proposito di buona volontà, I said in Italian.
You mean the voluntary work, pro bono work?
I want to start. I thought that if I dedicate an hour a day to learn what I lack, the knowledge that I lack, I will sooner or later I will do what I want. And if I don't start, I won't ever arrive at the I won't ever get what I want. And the negative thought was but you don't have time, you have a job, you have a lot of things to do, you can't do that.
Mm-hmm. If I say I don't have time to set up my business, what's the charge on that?
It was higher. It was 9.
It's 9. I don't have time to set up my business. Okay.
Yeah.
And what was the other thing that came up? It was in the negative thought.
And the negative was only this. The positive was I'm looking forward to start a bit on an hour a day, little by little. I will do what I want.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Do you feel that I don't have time is excuse, or is there something behind it?
There is a truth, because I do a lot of things, but there is an excuse too, because if I would focus to find the time, I know I can find it.
Yeah. Okay. So shall we keep? It's like playing the piano, right? You find time. Okay, so shall I keep tapping on the I don't have time, I don't have all the technical, oh, sorry, I forgot to check this one. So what is the charge now? And I don't have time to set, I don't have all the technical tools to set up. Sorry.
It's lower, it's 4 now, because the dominant thoughts is now I don't have time. I'd like to do it, but I don't have time. It's dominant now.
That's the dominant. Okay. And what is the charge when I don't have all the technical tools?
9, it's 9. Ah, no, sorry. The other is 4.
4. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I
okay.
don't have time is higher.
The time is higher. So that came up. So this is what happens. You tap, something else emerges, and then you have a choice. You either finish off the first one, or you go on to the other one, which is higher, tap it out, and then you can go back and check. Sometimes typically when you would do statement by statement, adjacent statement won't really go down because you tap something very specific, but they may sometimes. So you can always go back and check it, and then either tap it out, or if it's tapped out on its own, then it's great. So shall we continue with the time one then?
Mm-hmm.
What would you prefer to continue with the time? Okay. And we do the setup statement again. So Gemma, for every new statement, we do the setup again. If we continue with the same statement, we don't need to. And for everyone else as well, Mel, if we go on to a new statement, we do the setup with even though. Okay. So even though, what was it? Even though I feel I lost it. What was it? Help me out, Alessandra. Even though
I don't have time to improve my skills, to develop the tools I need.
Okay, great. I don't have time to develop the tools I need. So even though I feel I don't have time.
Even though I feel I don't have time.
To develop or maybe learn the tools I need.
To develop or maybe learn the tools I need.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
Even though I feel I don't have time to develop all the tools I need.
Even though I feel like I don't have time to develop the tools I need.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway.
And one more time, third time, even though I feel I don't have.
I feel like I don't have time to develop the skills I need. I deeply and completely love and accept myself anyway.
Is it marketing skills you feel like you have to learn?
Yes.
Okay.
And the technical tools to record the song, to do things like that.
Okay. So let's make it maybe more specific. Even though I don't have the time to learn the marketing skill, to develop the marketing skills and the technical tools.
Even though I feel like I don't have time to develop marketing skills and technical tools.
I deeply and completely
love and accept myself.
Anyway. Okay, eyebrow. I feel I don't have the time to learn.
I feel I don't have the time
to learn the tools I need in, so say, marketing and technology.
And to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
I feel I don't have time to learn all the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Even though I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the I feel I don't have time to learn
I feel I don't have time to learn
all the
tools,
tools I need in marketing and technology.
all the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Under the nose, I feel I don't have time to learn all the tools I need.
If I even though no, sorry, I feel like
A bit of a long sentence. I feel I don't have time.
I
to
feel I
learn
don't
all
have
the
time to learn all the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Under the lip, chin.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Under the collarbone.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Under the arm, I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Side of the hand. Feel like I
feel
don't have, you can shorten it if you want. I don't have time to feel the tools I need.
I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
So under the liver point, I feel I don't have time to learn.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Heart and crown, I feel I don't have time to learn the
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Eyebrow, I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Side of the eye.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
Under the eye.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in marketing and technology.
And I just want to check in there. What is happening for you? Do you have any thoughts, shifts yet?
Yes, I have a thought, and it's positive. It's self cheerleading thought.
Very good.
So, I said to myself, you learned a lot of time, a lot of things, and you can learn that things, these things also.
Very good. Fantastic. So what's the charge? And I don't have time to learn all the tools I need.
5, 6.
5, 6.
5, 6.
Okay. Sorry, my notebook is playing up. Okay. 5, 6. So it's gone from 9 to 5, 6. That's fantastic. Okay. So we keep tapping on that one for a bit longer. So again, back to the eye. I feel I don't have time to learn all the tools.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Side of the eye.
I feel I don't have time to learn the skills I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the eye.
I feel I don't have time to learn the skills I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the nose.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Chin.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the collarbone.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the arm.
I feel I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Side of the hand.
I feel I don't have time. I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Liver point.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Heart and crown.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Eyebrow.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Side of the eye.
I feel like I don't have the tools I need in, I need to learn in social marketing and technology.
Under the eye.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the nose.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Chin.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the collarbone.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Under the arm.
I feel like I don't have the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Side of the hand.
I feel like I don't have the time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Liver point.
I feel like I don't have time to learn the tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Heart and crown.
I feel like I don't have tools I need in social marketing and technology.
Mm-hmm. And let's check in there. What is happening for you on that statement?
A positive sheet also now, because I'm keeping to cheerleading myself, and a voice in my mind is saying to me that if I get these skills, if I spend time now to do this, I will realize the thing I love to do. So it's a positive feelings.
Yeah, great. So what is the church? What is the church now when I feel I don't have time?
2, not more than 2.
2. Fantastic. Okay, great. Great. Shall we tap it down to 0 before we move on today? Let's do that.
Yeah.
Because then you know that's clear, and then you can continue. So now you can, if you were to set it up again, you can say, even though I still have this remaining, so you acknowledge the fact that it's gone down. And so let's do that, and then finish on a positive. So even though I still feel sometimes,
I
don't have time to learn all the tools I need in marketing and technology
to build up my business.
I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay. I still feel sometimes I don't have time to learn all the tools I need.
I still feel sometimes that I don't have time to learn all the tools I need.
But I'm starting to believe more and more I can find it.
But
I'm starting to believe I can find the time.
I'm starting to believe I can find the time.
I know I can find it if I really want to.
I know I can find
find the time.
Find the time.
If I really want to.
If I really want to.
Even though I still feel I don't have the time.
Even though I still feel I don't have the time.
I trust I can find the time if I want to.
I trust I can find the time if I want it.
Okay. I feel I can find the time to learn all the tools I need for my business. Mm-hmm. Okay. And take a deep breath. And out. I saw some of you guys yawning earlier. I think that was Mel. So that's a great sign of letting go of stuff. So if you start yawning, coughing, or anything like that, it's just letting go of things. It's not rude. It's great. Or crying even. So that's really, really good. Okay. So how do you feel now? I don't have the time. Is it still a 2-3?
No, it's 0 now, because I feel a powerful sensation now. Because I think that I did a lot of things that I at the time when I did these things, I thought that I wasn't able to do that, and then I succeeded. So I can success again if I spend time and energy requested.
Yeah, fantastic. So you always doubt yourself before, and then you do it, and it turns out you can do it. Okay. Yeah. So that's another thing to work on with you, the self-doubt, the self-worth, as we said earlier, and self-doubt. You know you can do things, but you always doubt it. So, okay, great. Do you have something to tap on while I go on to Dave? Do you have something else you want to tap on? Oh, actually, let's just check quickly. How is the last one? I don't know all the technical tools I need to set up my business, or I don't have all the technical tools I need to build up my business. What's the charge 0 to 10?
It's 2 or 3, because the reality that doesn't change. So now I don't have, but it's not emotionally triggering. I don't know to say it's too.
Yeah.
too-
Yeah. Okay. Fantastic. So that's great. Okay. Thank you, Alessandra. And I would
Thank you so
encourage you
much.
to do something right away, you know, just to prove to yourself that, yeah, there you go. I've started. Do something today, even if it's something small.
Little step, a
All
little
about the baby steps. Yeah. Every day.
baby step. Yes, thank you so much.
You're welcome. It's a pleasure as always working with you. Dave, why are you not tapping? Dave is sitting there and thinking she's not doing it right. Right? I can read your mind. That is not
doing
how
it
they taught us to
perfectly.
do it.
She's doing it perfectly.
Ah, okay, thank
Yeah,
you.
it doesn't matter, you know, that one school does things slightly differently.
Yeah,
It still works, you know. It still works.
exactly. And that's like I said before, sometimes I feel like tapping on a single point for longer and then I continue the rounds. And I feel that that works for me. Or sometimes actually people who were some of the original kind of practitioners that work with EFT before we had all these different courses and things. And actually the founder said it's free therapy for everyone that's going to change the world. And as people decided to have courses on it, which is fine. I mean, we need to learn and they're very helpful. But some people who are the original kind of practitioners of EFT say, you can do it anywhere. You can literally be at the airport and just do this. Maybe even this in a meeting.
Maybe, yeah, but they might think,
I love this one.
why is she tapping during the meeting there? You know,
Yeah.
what is she thinking? You know, kind of weird. You know, especially if you're tapping on your head
Yeah,
during
yeah.
meeting. They're
Well,
gonna.
well, that's the point. You can tap on a single point if you're with someone else or in a meeting or something like that, and it still helps. Sometimes I would be in a conversation, let's say, or like with someone, not a client, but like in a personal situation. And let's say I get agitated for whatever reason, you know, something, I feel some bit of a negative emotion. And I will think, okay, self-regulate. So I'll tap, and even just a few times, it calms you down immediately. So, and there's something like Mel said about the tapping itself, about kind of being so focused. It's like meditation, being so focused on what you're doing that it clears your head.
Yeah.
So all these things are related, right? The meditation, the visualization, the hypnosis, in a way it's like trance. I mean, we humans like to categorize, to put things in categories, right? And just invent all these different modality. And I know the best modality, and things are actually very simple and they're all very related in their core, right? So yeah, you do it the way you feel you want to do it. So Dave, do you want to tap with me?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. Bring in some enthusiasm, Dave. Okay, what would you like to tap on?
Well, let's see. Yeah. I think what I've been working out mostly is for one thing, being told by my parents, you'll never make it. You know, so I had to prove to myself that I could. You know, I had to prove them wrong. You know, but still, you know, I got those voices in my subconscious
Yeah.
mind saying, "You'll never make it. You'll never make it." You know.
Okay.
Oh, 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 secondly, I had a sales job once back a long time ago, you know, and I recall, you know, that sales job was pretty stressful. You know,
Mm.
I was out knocking on doors a lot, you know, and they had sales quotas that I had to make, you know, and I felt really stressed out, you know, and there might be the same feelings still going on now, you know, like sales is hard, you know,
Mm.
you have to knock on a lot of doors to make that sale, you know. Well, things are a lot easier now, of course, you know, it's not like, you know, we have to knock on a lot of doors anymore. You know, we know a lot more now than what we knew back then when I was young. You know, and out uh, trying to to sell sell insurance, you know, and insurance also is kind of a hard product to sell. You know, people don't want to think about insurance. You know, then they're like, but buy it when I get old, or I'll buy it when I get sick. You know, but of
Mm,
course it'll be a whole lot more expensive then, well, when you're old and sick, you know, but that's how people think, you know. So I probably have all that going on in my head still, you know, those days when I was out
yeah.
knocking on doors, you know, trying to sell insurance, you know, and
Okay.
I had doors slammed in my face, saying we don't need any more insurance, but we have all the insurance that we need. Thank you, bye. You know.
Yeah. And that's, yeah, okay, fantastic. So that's giving us some great material to work with. And yes, again, with like with any emotion, I can sit here and tell you the yes times have changed. That's not how we do it. We attract people. That's the point of putting ourselves out there on social media and marketing, or using all the other tools we have, like manifestation, meditation, etc. But if you have this emotional pain attached to selling, it's going to hold you back for sure. And probably even me telling you the other day, you have to push it, you have to invite all these people. I was probably hitting a nerve, wasn't it? And
Oh, yeah. I thought, you know, well, I should have probably done this probably earlier, you know, but I still did it, you know, and it worked. You know, quite a few people signed up within the past 2 days. So
mhm,
it seems to be working well now. You know,
yeah,
quite a few people have signed up.
good, good. And this is what you do all the time. You iterate. Okay, let's focus on EFT. So if I tell you sales are actually, let's start. You have to knock, just say it out loud. You have to knock on a lot of doors to make it. What's the emotional, the SUD 0 to 10?
Yeah, that brings back a lot of old memories from the past. Yeah, that's probably like a 9 or a 10 right now.
Okay. And if I just say sales are hard,
Um, my thought there is it depends on what you're selling. Some things are easy to sell, and some things are
okay.
hard to sell. Yes,
Okay.
so
Okay.
it depends there.
Let's go with I feel like I'll never make it. I will just want to check this other one
Hmm.
that you brought up.
I feel like yeah, the work that I've done the past like in the even few decades, you know, to get rid of those feelings that brought it down like so much, you know, that's probably like around a 1 or a 2 right now, you know, it's
Oh,
low
perfect.
zero.
Okay. So
Yeah,
you're just
right, right.
sharing us what happened, but you feel it doesn't hold you back. Okay. So let's go to you have to knock on a lot of doors to make it.
Uh-huh.
Because even if that were true, and I don't think it is,
Yeah.
if that were, even if that were true, just having that belief is holding you back. So yeah, so let's start. Shall we go with that one, or is there anything you do want to
Oh,
make it more
one
specific?
more
Yeah.
I've been told. I was told when you're self-employed, it takes about three years of not having a profit, you know, until you start getting a profit. I've been told that a lot. You know, you can't make it when you're self-employed for about 3 years. I
Okay.
don't know if that's true or not anymore, but I've heard that a lot.
What's the emotional charge in that? It doesn't matter if it's we're interested, as you know, in your emotional truth. So if you say it
Yeah,
takes 3 years to make it if you're self-employed, what's the truth?
uh, maybe 5.
Okay. So would you like to go there, or the one that was a 9 or 10? You have to knock on a lot of doors to make it.
Yeah. Well, uh, yeah, I'm not selling the same thing anymore. More. I'm not selling in
So
assurance
Dave,
now.
we don't. So that's the thing of always. We don't want to rationalize it and
Yeah, don't want to rationalize it.
if
Yeah,
there's an emotional charge there, an
yeah.
emotional band, elastic band that's pulling you back, that's what we
Okay.
need to cut off.
All right. Yeah. Let's tap on that. And,
Okay, great.
yeah.
So hand side of the hand, everybody else tap
Uh-huh.
along on whatever it is that you're focused on right now. Even though
Even though,
how should we phrase it? Even though I feel you have to knock on a lot of doors to make it,
even though I feel like I have to knock on a lot of doors to make it,
I deeply and completely love and accept myself.
I deeply and completely love myself and accept myself.
Once again, even though
Even though I feel like I have to knock on a lot of doors to make it,
I
I
deeply,
deeply and completely love myself and accept myself.
one more time, one final time.
Even though I feel like I have to knock on a lot of doors just to make that one sale,
Yeah, yeah,
I still then deeply and completely love myself and accept myself.
brilliant. Take to the eyebrows. I feel like I have to knock on a lot of doors just to
Feel
make
like
one
I have
sale.
to knock on a lot of doors to make one sale, or that's what they told me anyway.
Side of the eye,
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
under the eye,
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
under the nose,
I have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
chin,
Have to knock on a lot of doors just to make that one sale.
collarbone,
Knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
under the arm,
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
side of the hand,
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale. I have to make my quota.
Have to water, yeah. Little point.
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale because I have to make my quota.
Crown or hat and crown.
Knock on a lot of doors to make that one sale.
Eyebrow,
Knock on a lot of doors to make that one quota, to make that one sale.
side of the eye,
Have to knock on a lot of doors to make that one quota, and I had a lot of doors slammed in my face too.
yeah,
We don't need any more insurance. We
yeah,
have all the insurance that we need. Go away.
and that hurt, didn't it? Yeah,
Yeah, that hurt. Yeah, I was like,
chin,
this is hard. This is
yeah,
hard work. This is
yeah.
hard work. I don't like selling insurance. This is hard.
Side of
But
the
I have to stick it out anyway. I have to stick it out anyway, just to prove to myself that I can do it, and just to prove to my parents that I can do it.
Okay, liver point. And I'm not selling insurance anymore. I'm doing what I love.
Yeah, I'm doing what I love now. I'm selling things that I love now, and which help people, which actually help people, which get people out of their funk and
Yeah.
their negative beliefs.
Hat and crown, go back to the negative emotion because that's what we wanted to get rid of. Selling is such hard work.
Selling is such hard work. Yeah, selling is such hard work.
Hard work. I need to knock on a lot of doors.
I have to knock on a lot of doors.
I have to knock on so many doors just to make one sale.
I have to knock on so many doors just to make one sale.
Have to do so many webinars.
Have to do so many webinars.
Send
Yeah.
emails.
Have to pick a new topic for a new webinar again.
Well, not really. You don't have to. You can
Not
repeat
really.
the same one.
Well, I could do the same one. That's true. Yeah.
There you go. You can do the same one. Invite the same people.
Yeah, or all the people that couldn't make it the last time.
Exactly.
I could get them this time.
Exactly.
And I've got a lot of friends now.
Got a lot of friends now, and they all need help.
Everybody needs help.
Mhm.
Probably at least 70% of us to about 80% of us have had
Mhm.
childhood trauma.
Exactly. And I'm so good at statistics.
I'm so good at statistics. I know most of us have had trauma. We might try to hide it and pretend that we haven't had any trauma, but the statistics say most of us have had trauma.
And I still feel selling is hard, but I believe it less now.
Yeah, I still feel selling is hard, but I believe it less now.
Because I love what I do.
Because I love what I do.
I just have to get people to come to my webinars.
Just have to get people to come
Attract
to my
people.
webinars, yeah,
Yeah. And to my group sessions.
and to my group sessions.
Whatever else it is I do. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Selling is
And-
easy. Maybe, just maybe, I can allow the thought that selling is easy.
Right. Yeah, I found it's even easy to give away free sessions. Yeah, I just have to realize it's also easy to get paying clients.
Mm-hmm. Side of the eye. It's easy to get paying clients.
It's easy to get paying clients. They just have to realize that it's worth paying for.
Exactly.
It's worth paying for because it'll change their life.
It's worth paying for it.
It's worth paying for it because it'll change their life.
Exactly. Just like I pay for my personal development, my clients are willing to pay for theirs.
My clients are willing to pay, and I've got lots of testimonies too.
Mm-hmm. I'm great at what I do. Yeah.
Yeah, I've probably got about 50 testimonies.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I've got about
Great.
50 testimonies. People who have told me, "Oh, you've done an awesome session. I'm doing so much
Yeah.
better."
Yeah. Yeah. Amazing. Great. So let's stop right there and just check in. So you have to take a breath. Always good to take a breath and also drink a lot of water while tapping. Or after tapping or before tapping or during tapping. So water is always great. And they say the changes take place faster. So something to do with water being, I guess, transmitting energy. So, or is it, I don't know, Dave, if you know a better explanation of why water is good too, but that's what I've been taught, that water is great to drink during tapping. So what is the charge? Have you learned that, Dave, that you have to drink water? Or not?
It
Didn't come
makes
up.
sense, because when we're releasing stress, it seems like that would release toxins from our
Yeah,
body at the
in
same
that
time.
sense. Yeah, true. Okay, great. So let's check on that. You have to knock on a lot of doors to make it. How does that feel, 0 to 10?
Well, yeah, I'm not selling insurance now, and I'm selling a product which is easier to sell, and it uh, transform lives. Insurance doesn't transform lives. They can talk about how good insurance is. Yeah, when you're dying, but insurance just doesn't transform lives. And these therapies that I'm doing, the RTT and the EFT and the heart math and all those, they do transform lives.
Exactly. And it's exactly how you have to talk at your webinars and so on, and your lives and so on, and know where you stand. Same for everyone else, guys. So you have to know where you have to know the value of your product. That's what every great salesman does. Actually, tomorrow we have our next training on selling at 5:30 UK time. Mel, I think you're Dave, Gemma, Alessandra, if you want to join, it's 5:30 UK time on selling again with Tom. We'll do our best to talk less and let you guys role play more, because last time was a lot of presentation from us and we didn't get a chance to role play very much. And I'm still on organizing, Mel, I know you're waiting for organizing the what do you call that? The partnerships where you can practice with other practitioners. So I'm on that. So thank you very much, guys, for today. How was that? Thank you, Dave. And I would say keep tapping on this one, on selling, on this. This is like, I cannot emphasize enough how transformational that would be, to tap out all these limiting beliefs around selling, marketing, visibility, money, whatever it is that you have. You need to tap it out. Yeah, I'm gonna stop recording for now. How was today?
I really like it.
Good.
Because it's giving me additional tool and I know it works.
Yeah.
And now I know it doesn't work. I know